Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So we got another clip by none other than the Love Dorsey. I may not let the entire clip play because it's long, number one, and then she goes into some other things that I don't necessarily want to discuss this particular video, but we're going to let her speak her piece for the majority. Let's go.
Own 70% of y'all that lie about having a deadbeat baby daddy. Me saying that just by itself is a trigger for a lot of y'all because you know that what I'm saying includes. Now let me break down the 70%, right? Before y'all start arguing, get mad, type them paragraphs because you triggered under this video, right? So there's a good majority of y'all in that 70% that you're a single mom because you chose to be, not because a nigga is a deadbeat. You were in a situation where the nigga showed you all signs that he's not anything reflective in whatever season that was in his life of being a family man or being a man that actually is going to put other lives before his life based on creating life with you. You felt like you could change a man, so you made the choice, my body, my choice, to have the child, knowing if we had grown folk talk, it was going to be you taking care of the child. You're not a victim, and ma'am, you don't have a in that 70%. There's a good majority of y'all that you got told by the nigga before you had the baby that he does not want to have a baby. He told you to get an abortion. He told you to take a plan B. He told you he don't want to have it. He told you up front he does not want to be a father for whatever reason. We ain't arguing about the reasons right now. We're just talking about those of y'all in the 70% that you got told, we don't need this. We don't need a baby. You don't need a baby. I don't want a baby. Whatever the fuck you knew. And you made the decision because it's your body, your choice to have the baby anyway. So like the other people I mentioned, you knew what you were taking on. You don't have a deadbeat. You made a choice. And of course, you would like for things to be different, but you don't have a deadbeat. You made a decision and you need to stand on it. There's a portion of you women in the 70% that you practice parental alienation. You probably don't know what that is, so you should go look it up. And it is a crime. Most niggas don't know that, and they don't know how to take you to court and actually, exercise their rights against that. A lot of you women that practice this, you don't understand that everything does not have to go your way. He doesn't have to parent the way that you want him to parent. He's not obligated to be what kind of father you want him to be. And then, of course, every time that he doesn't do something when you say do it or how you wanted to do it, or you don't get it the way that you would want it, you parent based on, or you co-parent based on your ego, your feelings, your emotions, and that's not what this shit is for. There's another part of this 70% that y'all lying on a nigga about the baby belonging to them. So you keep a certain attitude with him all the time. No matter what he does, it'll never be good enough because, of course, you're trying to actually make yourself not look like the bad guy that you really are. You want to be the victim and not the villain, but in all reality, you're the puppet master over this fucking game or puppet show where you're pretending as though a child belongs to somebody because, of course, you had no discipline with your sex, right, when the baby was conceived. And y'all don't like to talk about this. Y'all hate me when I say it. I've been talking about it for years, but it needs to be said, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason why is because all this single parent shit is fucking up our culture. And at some point, y'all family members around y'all that sit up and watch y'all do this fuck shit and claim somebody's a deadbeat when they're really not are a part of the problem. Children need...
Now, I stopped it because she's actually going to keep going. And she goes into the points that she makes is nothing wrong with those points. And I've made those points before. I just don't want to necessarily talk about that because it's a lot to cover. She covered at least 4 to 5 different categories of single mom in the Black community that's detrimental. So she was saying that of the single mothers, about 70% are lying about that deadbeat dad. It's probably higher than that, especially as she broke down who consists of that 70% and how they are lying, like in what manner they are lying. So she talked about the first category, or the first 2 categories, right, of lying about a deadbeat. You running around here, you having casual sex. You are not in any type of relationship. You are not in any dedicated relationship. It's It's not a relationship. It's not a commitment. It's certainly not a marriage. It's not any of them things. You're running around here. You're quote unquote dating. You are having casual sex. You just sort of hooking up with people and this and that. And you're hooking up and then you're getting pregnant. This man that you have gotten pregnant by has never indicated to you, A, that y'all was even in a relationship good enough for a child to come from it, right? You choose to go ahead with the pregnancy because, again, as she mentioned, your body, your choice. So you're not taking plan B's, you're not using contraceptives, you're not taking any real precaution on any consistent basis to prevent the pregnancies in the first place and all of these other things. So you're kind of haphazardly doing this stuff. You're having sex. Maybe sometimes you might use a condom. Maybe sometimes you'll get on your birth control and you're off and on that, or maybe you don't use it at all, whatever the case may be. Then you call yourself don't believe, quote unquote, don't believe in baby deletions, this, that, and the third, whatever. So you decide because it is a decision to have a baby with a man that sometimes some of y'all barely even know. Y'all don't know these guys. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hooking up with them. Sometimes it's a one night stand. Sometimes it's just a little situationship. Sometimes it's just a little something. You know what I'm saying? This is just a guy that you have sex with. You kind of used to having sex with him. There is no connection. There is no relationship. Y'all don't even barely, you know what I'm saying, have any type of communication or dealing with each other outside of, you know what I'm saying, you coming over here, I'm coming over there, we're going to have sex, we're going to chill for a minute, I'm going to go. And y'all are getting pregnant in these situations. These are not deadbeat men because nobody told you that they were going to step up, because that was never the agreement. So they are not breaching an agreement because no agreement was made with you. Especially not one that included trying to create a family. The only agreement that was made with you was that we agreed to have sex with each other. That was the only agreement, with the understanding that we didn't want to have no kids because we don't even barely know each other. So you're certainly not having any communication about that. You're not having any conversations about that. You're not close enough for it. This is a person that you don't really know nothing about. You don't know their family. You don't know their friends. They're not opening up to you. You're not opening up to them. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not even a close friendship. It's just two people that got a physical attraction to one another, and you decide to let him hit, and then that's it. And then y'all are having kids with these men, and then getting mad that he doesn't want to do anything, or he ghosts you, or you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Like, he's gone. You might not even knew you was pregnant by the time y'all start stop messing with each other. Then you trying to find him again, whether you do or don't. He's not going to be a part of any of that because this was on you, and it is on you. So that's not a deadbeat. The second category is the guy that tells you straight up, no assumptions. There's no room for miscommunication. He told you, I don't want no kids. I don't care what you have to do. I don't care if you have to go to get a deletion. I don't care if you have to get a plan B. I don't care what you got to do. But I don't want any children. Okay? I don't want no kids. He can't say it any plainer. Once a dude tell you that, I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, well, he shouldn't have got up in there raw, because you let him do that. You let him go raw. You let him shoot up the club. Like, you're allowing it, because I guarantee you 100% of the time, if you stipulate to a man that he must wear a condom to have sex with you, he gonna put the condom on. And in the rare instance that he don't want to, or he fights you on that, this is the one you don't have sex with. This is the one you don't have sex with. But y'all, because y'all don't have no discipline, y'all don't have no kitty discipline at all. Y'all be trying to tell these dudes to have D discipline, but y'all don't have no kitty discipline. Y'all get that bad boy to anybody. You let anybody slide in raw. You let anybody shoot the club up. No discernment, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, no vetting, real vetting process, no thought, no, just coochie hot. Come on, boy. You don't say nothing about a condom. He don't say nothing about a condom. You ain't on birth control, nothing. You know what I'm saying? You just hopes and dreams. And 9 times out of 10, he not finna pull out or nothing like that. And that, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all hot and heavy. You already been neglectful. You already been neglectful. You already been undisciplined. I don't want to hear nothing about, well, he shouldn't. No, you shouldn't. You should not allow. You should not allow no man that don't want to wear no condom or don't want to use no type of protection or nothing like that. He try to insist that he go raw. Those are the ones that you do not touch. Don't let them touch you. Don't let them touch you. Nope, you can't touch me because, you know what I'm saying? Like my antenna go up. So you trying to give me something, like you got something or something like that you trying to pass off? Because what you fighting it so hard for? Why would you fight that? You got to think about it. Why would a dude say, why would he fight that? Talking about some, yeah, I can't feel nothing. That sounds like a personal problem to me. Because somebody else will let you slide in that thing raw. I'm not going to let you do it. So, I guess it ain't nothing else to talk about between me and you. Those are not deadbeats. He said he does not want a child. You got pregnant. You kept the child. That's on you. If he don't want nothing to do with it, you accepted that. You accepted that from the beginning because he told you that before any sex, before any baby, before any pregnancy. He told you straight up. So then once somebody lets you know where they stand on that, it is now up to you to decide whether or not you want to go forward, you want to do this, you want to take that chance, you want to take that risk. Y'all be gambling on it in the hopes that he'll change his mind. And when he don't change his mind because he already told you what was what, now you want to talk bad about him and speak bad on his name. But you agreed, not a victim. You're a volunteer for it, because if somebody is straight up with you about what is going on and what the results is going to be and what the decisions is going to be on their end, and you move forward anyway, you take the risk. And if it fall the way you don't want, oh well, that's just too bad. Then she talked about the parental alienation. Y'all, the ones, okay, it's the guy do step up or whatever, you know what I'm saying? He want to be part of the child's life. You're going to make it difficult in every situation for him to do that. You absolutely 100%. You are not going to cooperate with him. You are not going to make things cool with him. And she brought up the smaller, the other component of that is the ones that's doing parental alienation because of spite, and the ones that's doing it because that they know or they figure that the man that they're dealing with, trying to drag through child support court and all that kind of stuff, is not even really the real father, not the biological father. So you keep an attitude, you know what I'm saying? You keep, this distance between that man and that child, because you know that man did not father that child. You were the one running around here. You were the one cheating. You was the one doing whatever you were doing. So you figure 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, this probably not his kid, but he's the one with, you know what I'm saying, the better job, or he might have the more steady income or whatever the case may be. I'm going to drag him through it. He seemed like the one that is more interested in trying to be responsible about the situation. So therefore, I'm going to take full advantage of this man. Put his name all on the birth certificate. You know what I'm saying? This is one reason why I'm an advocate of DNA testing at birth. Whether you're married or not, DNA testing at birth. Because the women that's not cheating ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you out here on that BS, you're gonna be triggered by that. You're not gonna like that. Right? And if it's sanctioned by the state, then she can't get mad at the husband for suggesting it, because it's out of his hands. Hey, the state says you got to take a DNA test. Now, that's not me. I didn't personally request it. That's just that's part of the procedure when you go to the hospital to have a baby. Right? So that woman is not a deadbeat either, because you are operating under deceit anyway. You're doing deceitful things, and you're also doing an unlawful thing, which she made a good point. Parental alienation is oftentimes on the books. It's against the law. It's not only not right, it's illegal. And a lot of times men don't know that, and they don't know the proper channels to go through in order to see about that, because fathers do actually have rights. And I have seen when men actually go and figure out what their rights are and actually talk to somebody to figure out what they actually can do legally to combat a lot of the foolishness that the baby mama be doing. A lot of times men have started more and more in recent years to come out on top of that situation and not just let this chick run roughshod. She got to have some opposition to the foolishness that she is doing. And then last but not least, she made a very good point about all of that ruining Black culture and the Black community. This is what the single baby mother deal, this is one of the ways in which it does ruin everyone, because the children need fathers that you're very much willing to not have involved in the children's life for one reason or another. And you don't mind it. You think that getting a child support check or whatever kind of little check or whatever kind of little monetary support, whatever, you think that's enough. And it's not enough. And you are not worried about how any of this has affected the child growing up. You only worried about how it feeds your ego. You're only worried about how you look, how you feel, whether things go your way or not. Selfish, selfish, selfish. Me, I. You not only are you not thinking about the man in the situation, you're not even thinking about the child in the situation, because neither of those two are people. You're the only person. And so therefore your feelings are the only ones that matter. And y'all will fight tooth and nail to be acting like that's not the case, when that's absolutely the case. So she made excellent points. Jump down in the comment section and let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.